Hey guys, it's Nikki, and today's topic at A at the Table is, would you move to another city or another state for your significant other? Danny, are you moving, sis?
No, I'll move. Like, I totally move. Like, if it makes sense. I feel like you shouldn't move to a different city just to please your partner. You know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't move to a different city if you feel like you're giving up too much. If you gotta give up your job, your family, your friends, and you feel like it doesn't make sense, you should not move. Because it's kind of like a lot of people, they move to a different city, not because they want to move, just to please. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't move just to please. You should think about yourself. You know what I'm saying? You should think about things that you want to do. Because a lot of times, people say, like, a man will be like, let's move. They're just trying to isolate you from your family. And they're just trying to control you. And they can't do that with you being next to your family and your friends. So they'd be like, let's go to Colorado. What are you doing in Colorado? Why are you going to leave a big city to a small city? It don't even make sense. Like, the whole move got to make sense. Like, for me, I'm an entertainer. I'm not going to move to a small city with a man. Like, for what? I feel like you're trying to kill my dream. But if you're like, let's move to LA, he's going to be better for your career for both of us. Let's move to Miami. Let's move to New York, Chicago. But if you be like, let's move to Minnesota, move where? People leave Minnesota to come to New York. They don't go from New York to go to Minnesota, unless I'm like 50 years old and I'm like, you know what, I'm trying to settle down. And I'm, you know what I'm saying? It depends on your job, your profession. Right. You shouldn't move if you go somewhere. Let's just say you're a nurse, and then where you going, there's not
that's one thing about being a nurse.
But whatever, you gotta know what's worked for you in that moment. There's certain city you can find a job there. Now you're moving to please somebody, and when you move there, guess what? You're gonna start resenting that person because you're like, damn, I done gave up all that, and now we're arguing. Now we're not saying eye to eye. It really gotta make sense when you move.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause a lot of people they will move, and next thing you know, they're not together no more.
So you're basically saying when someone moves with another person, when you move to another city with your partner or for your partner, well, let me ask that too. Let's say you're in a long distance relationship. Are you moving to another city for this person? Because there's one thing when you're like, if me and Rico's together and we live in Jersey, and he's like, yo, Nikki, let's move to Atlanta. And I'm like, all right, cool. But if Rico's already in Atlanta and he's coming back and forth, he's like, Nikki, yo, just move out here to Atlanta. Like, is that different, or is it
gotta make sense? Let's just think you always been thinking about moving. You know what I'm saying? And who got more to lose? If Rico got more to lose, of course I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna come meet you there. If I got more to lose, he should be able to be like, yo, I'm gonna come in that way. You know what I'm saying? It's who got more to lose and doesn't make sense. And do you even trust that person? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want love so bad, they will get up. Like my friend did, get up and go to the other side of where's the Wunderfuck, just to end the relationship. For what?
I have a question. Let's get into real specific details on this topic. It's easy to say you would move, but would you move if you had to contribute towards the rent? So let's say you have a partner and he's like, hey, I live in LA. I want you to move in with me. By the way, you are gonna have to contribute to whatever the rent is. Maybe 20%, 30%.
Oh yeah, if he's at 10, 15%, we could do that.
I didn't say 10 or 15.
I gotta be the taxes.
20%, we could
like, let's say he said his rent. Let's say he say the rent is $2,000. He's like, yo, I need you to throw like $700-800 a month.
That's fair. 600.
No, he said 7, 8. You said 6.
Like, we gotta bargain the whole thing.
But you would do that?
Yeah, like 6. I feel like honestly, even if I'm not paying rent. Like, let's just say he pays for everything, I will pay for the groceries and stuff like that. I'm not gonna help him pay rent, but if I feel like me giving you $500-600 is not helping you pay the rent.
Yeah. My thing is, I don't like the fact that I feel like women are quick to move because a man is already taking care of everything. That's my pet peeve. It's like you could have okay lifestyle here, but I'm living somewhere else, and now I'm going to bring you in. And you think that you have to do less.
So if it's more beneficial for the woman, you say?
Yeah, I don't like that part.
Why should it not be beneficial for the woman?
I mean,
as a man, you can't ask a woman to come to your city, live in your house, and pick up everything that she has wherever she is, and expect her to be paying anything.
All right, so let me ask you this question, right? Because a relationship is supposed to be reciprocal. So at that point, what are you there? Because I'm talking for a man that has options.
Are you picking up to go where she is?
Even if I did, the situation would still remain the same. I don't care if I come to you or you come to me. The situation is going to remain the same because you come into my home, I don't know what else you would do besides the sex, but you have to be doing something else to contribute to my house.
And this is my perspective because this is what I have lived. If you asking Aaron Campbell to move somewhere, shit need to be set up for me to move somewhere. I need somewhere to stay. Yeah, I'll find me a job. You know what I mean? Like that's only because I have a job where I'm at. You know what I mean? But you can't expect me to pick up all my good shit that I got going on, my friends, my family, my job, my investments, my this, that, and the other, and have me come and suffer in silence, you know what I'm saying, with no support system.
That sounds good, but like you gotta also be realistic because you're in a long distance relationship, which means that you love this person, which means that you are dedicating your life potentially to this person. It sounds good to say if I was a girlfriend, I don't expect any girlfriend to move anywhere for any man.
Right.
But you're talking about somebody you see as your husband. So if you see them as your husband, or somebody that could be your husband, you're willing to take certain sacrifices. So leaving your family and leaving your friends, even if it's in the same state, comes when you move in with your husband. So you're doing that regardless. So now my thing is...
No. If you stay in the same city, your parents live down the street.
Yeah, but like how often are you gonna be at your parents' house? Let's be realistic. You got work and you got a husband.
My mother-in-law lives a block from me. The same way I can up and move to New York, which I have, my husband could have moved to Houston. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Could have moved to Houston and we would have been by my mama's house. Yeah. We would have been by my daddy's house. We could see my siblings all the time. You understand what I'm saying? I think the person who is having someone move to them has to do a lot of soul searching and understand you got to step up and provide. You got to provide a house. You got to provide a car. You know what? When I moved here, I'm from Texas. We don't have 4 all-wheel drive vehicles. We buy rear-wheel rear-wheel driven vehicles. So you know what? I had to get a job here. I had to buy a car here. I had to have somewhere to live here. I had to do a whole bunch of shit here. So real talk, I don't want to hear shit. You need to make the shit nice and right for me when I get here.
But so you're trying to tell me, in a nutshell, because you're sacrificing what you have at home for something that you believe in, something that you love, something that you're willing to leave your family for, he has to paint the perfect picture. But realistically, you're not moving because he said so. You're moving because you want to. So what I'm trying to say is, don't try to paint what you want and your desires, what you're searching for, as a burden for him or an obligation for him.
You're never going to change the fact that because it's the security part. She has to feel secure.
Yes.
That's and if she doesn't, any woman that doesn't feel secure, this ain't no broke female that just living with her mom or the whole 9 yards. This is a woman.
Like here's the thing, right? And I'm gonna tell you from a non-broke female's perspective, they don't mind doing certain things. For example, I could call today and have a doctor move to New Jersey, and we can go half on a house, and there's no problems, right? And I'm not saying that a man should not provide. Mm-hmm. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm sure.
I'm just trying to make sure that what I'm trying to say, it's like not even equal. It's not even equal. It shouldn't be an expectation that I have to. I love you and you love me, and we live far apart, I have to go ahead and make sure that I make X amount of money just to be with the woman that I love.
So my brother got a baby, like my nephew, like his mother, like, you know, she stopped being with my brother or whatever. She went to Haiti. She met this guy, and then she decided to bring him to America. You know, now he gonna move, but when he got here, he didn't have nothing. She had to provide the crib. She had to help him with this. It's the same thing a man would do for a woman. She's doing it for a man because she trusts that he could come here and get on his feet. But when he got here, he didn't have anything. He had to get a job. He had to learn English. He had to give us a place to stay. She had to give him a place to stay. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have anything. He didn't have nothing.
She went and bought her husband. I'm about to go right to DR and buy me a husband.
But this is the thing that I'm saying, right? This is the thing I'm saying.
But that's the same thing, though.
Yeah, and I have no problem with that, right? Because here's the thing. He had nothing. and he had to come here. You understand? It's different. When you have something and you have something to offer outside of sex or outside of any type of conversational duties, right, with your partner, right, you supposed to provide whatever else you are offering in that relationship.
So Rico, that's why I said the part that I do agree with you with is I do agree. What are we together for? You have to bring something to the table other than sex. Like, what do you bring to the table? I 100% agree with you on that one. However, the reason why I was saying I was feeling what Aaron was saying is because Aaron is the person that's doing the moving too. Like, I think that if you expecting a woman to move in a whole, like you're talking about from Houston to New York, that's a major.
Houston is popping. Like I'm leaving Houston right now.
Like,
people want to live in Houston.
People want to live in New York.
Listen,
No, they don't.
People want to live in New York. I want to live in New York.
No, but you know what I'm saying? So I do agree with you, depending on the circumstance and what lens that we're looking from, because it depends on the circumstance. So, I think I think
everything is subjective.
Yeah, subjective to,
and I get that,
to circumstances.
But I'm just trying to attack the double standard. But like you gotta bring something to the table because, like I said, I got my own money, I got my own place, I got my own everything. Everything I have, I got. And you're not about to come over here. I'm not about to babysit you.
I was gonna say have a child.
I'm not about to have a child in my house who's just providing me this, because this is everywhere.
I have a question.
Yeah, I only talk about the material things. What about the trust part? Like, you just gonna get up and move with somebody? Like, there's a lot that it's not the material thing.
But that's not
so
one-sided.
much.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
but Danny, men and women, they love different.
Mm-hmm.
Some things that a woman needs, men don't need.
Okay.
Like, men don't really need his woman to trust him in certain areas. He don't care if you trust. I don't care if you trust me. Just I'm gonna be perfect. I'm keeping it all the way real with you. I don't care that you trust me. Now, a woman wants to feel like she can be trusted by her man sometimes. Men don't really. That doesn't drive us. I don't trust you. All right. I don't trust myself sometimes. Right? So, like, I'm just being real. I'm not saying that that's okay. I'm just saying the psyche of on a normal basis, exactly how we think. So men and women, they want different things, or they look for different, and we love differently, So his point was, and I still haven't heard anyone, if ladies, we could open up the floor. If you're moving in with the man, yes, you want him to make sure that things is done. All right. Obviously, you don't have a job at this point. You will probably start looking for a job early on before you move. But if you don't have the job right then and there, and he's forcing the issue, come and move in the whole 9 yards, you expecting him to take care of you for some such time until certain things, right? Till you get on your feet. But what are you bringing to the table other than sex?
Whatever, you just make their life a little easier. The times that they do their laundry, you do the laundry. When they come home from work, you cook. You make sure the crib is clean. Like, make sure he don't have to do the things that he normally would do if he was living by himself. You just take care of that. Mm-hmm. So only thing he feel like he need, I mean, put that man's towel in the dryer so when he get out the shower, the towel is hot, okay? Warm his syrup up for his French toast. Like, I'm talking about, like, because what else are you going to do?
It's poetic.
But you could go out there and look for a job too, sis. Yeah. But what happens when he got the car? Maybe you could drive him to work, drive around, look for, there's certain things you do, but make yourself useful. But meanwhile, if he's sitting there providing for everything, you're not contributing financially to anything, make sure that man life is easier. Like, suck his dick as soon as he walks through the door. Like, sweaty balls and everything.
That's fair.